Hey friends, we have wrapped up another month and this is the end of the second quarter of 2025. We are at the end of June, you guys. So that means we need to do a debt update. Let's jump in. Hello, friends. Welcome or welcome back to Budgeting Over 40. I'm Melissa, and this is our debt update for the month of June 2025. We're going to wrap things up. This is going to be a little bit more detailed video because I'm going to kind of wrap up quarter two of 2025. I'm also going to jump in at the end of this video and show you guys the debt payoff planner, show you where we are, and if we are on the right track to accomplishing or getting to our debt payoff date of December of 2027. So let's jump in and talk about the numbers. The first debt that is up here is my Discover card. The balance started out at $5,140. I made the minimum payment, which is $166. There was some extra payment that this card received because I am planning and am working on paying off this balance before the promotion periods ends. That period is going to end on January 17th of 2026. So I do need to throw some extra money towards this card to be able to pay it off before that interest kicks in because I don't want to pay any interest, right? We don't want to pay any interest. So extra payment of $479 was made. No purchases, no interest. So we ended the month of June at $4,495. So we are down $1,000 mark on this card. That is awesome stuff. Now let's move to the next one, which is my personal loan. Personal loan is the next debt that I will be working on after I finish paying off my Discover card. $34,500 was the amount that I started the month of June with. The minimum payment is $1,151.04. There is no extra payment or purchases. Interest that was lost, it's quite a lot, $360.11. And it is a lot, but it's not as much as I used to pay for my other two personal loans that I had. So this is not terrible. We ended the month of June at $33,709.07. So let's move to the next one, which is the 401k loan. We started out at $17,651.68. What I did notice in the month of May, if you did see that debt update, there was no change to this debt because they didn't update the website. But when I went in early June, there was a $408 payment, which is the minimum payment. But at the end of June, I think I checked on the 29th, there was another payment that was posted of 408. So that's amazing. I guess they did do June's payment and also did do May's payment. I'm not complaining. No purchases. The interest that was taken out, because they did do two payments, they did take out two sets of interest. But what I did notice, because the balance is reducing, they are taking out less in interest. So the first set of interest payment that came out was $74.87, and the second amount was $73.45. So that's a total of $148.32. Now, this interest comes back to me, but it's not going to reduce the balance of the loan. But anyway, we're slowly chipping away at it because we are ending under another $1,000 mark, $16,984. So that is great. All right, let's move to the next one. This is my auto loan. Started out at $28,399.33. The minimum payment on this auto loan is $939.23. No extra payment purchases, but the interest that was lost was $134.85. And this one is also ending under another $1,000 mark, or down $1,000 mark to $27,594.95. I'm loving this progress, loving it. All right, let's move on to the next one, which is my student loan. This one started out at $1,012.22. Minimum payment of $40 was made. No extra payment or purchases. The interest, hopefully, June was the last month of this $4.04 interest. Hopefully, next month or the month of July is going to be less in interest. But anyway, $4.04 was the interest that was lost. We ended under 1,000, you guys. Under 1,000. Oh my goodness. $976.26. Do you see the trend? I see a trend. All right, the next one that's up is my Apple Card. Started out at $1,000 even. $25 is the minimum payment. No purchases, extra payment, or interest. And we ended also, I'm celebrating, you guys. Celebrate with me. Also, under $1,000 mark for $975. The last that is up, because I only have 7 of these bad boys to pay off, is Mattress Firm. Started out at $1,722. Minimum payment is $67. There is none of these extra stuff here. So the payment or the purchases or the interest, we didn't do any of that, because the debt that I'm focusing on is the Discover loan or the Discover credit card, excuse me. So we're ending. This is not under 1,000, but it's under another $100 mark. It came down to $1,655 even. So what I'm going to go do now, I'm going to go through my debt progress with you guys and also show you what the numbers were to start out the month and what they are right now. So here, when I got fed up, you guys, and even though I was still slightly on a roller coaster ride, when I got fed up with the debts, this was October of 2023. This was when I decided to start posting on YouTube for accountability, and you guys have been great at that. So thank you so much. So if you're here watching and you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe and follow along with my debt payoff journey. We are looking to be debt free, you guys. I want to get rid of all of this debt. But anyway, when I got mad at myself and I started out, we were at $123,217.48. We were drowning. Yes, we were drowning. We were robbing Peter to pay Paul. I was using credit cards to supplement my income. I was doing all the things. But I was like, enough is enough. Let's try to see if we can, get rid of this debt. So starting total for the debt in the month of June was $89,425.23. We ended the month of June, you guys, at $86,389.28. That's a reduction. The amount that was paid off in the month of June, celebrate with me, $3,035.95. Yes. So that's 3.39% paid in the month of June. The overall debt reduction since we've started is $36,828.20. And we are just shy of 30%, you guys. Overall, we are down to 29.89% paid. Or I should say, we are up to 29.89% paid. So just shy of 30%, not complaining, because we did do some good things with the debts in the month of June. Now, what I do want to show you here is the progress in each of the categories that I have. So for credit cards, we started June with $7,862 even. We reduced it by $737, you guys. That's not my normal payment, but that was the amount that I reduced my credit card debt by, and we are down to $7,125. The personal loan, because I only have one now, was reduced by $790.93. The auto loan was reduced by $804.38. My 401k loan was reduced by $667.68. And the student loan was reduced by $35.96. Not bad, you guys, not bad. What I do also show you, and this is motivation for me, so hopefully it could be motivation and encouragement for somebody else. I do track the interest that I'm losing every month, but for 2025, I'm doing a comparison to 2024. So let's take a look. All right. So in June of 2024, you guys, I lost total interest of $1,224.02. Yes, you heard that right. Over $1,000 in interest in the month of June last year. Now, in the month of June this year, I only lost, and I'm saying only because this is also the lowest amount of interest that I've lost so far in 2025, $647.32. That is major stuff, you guys, major stuff, because compared to last year, $576.70 less that I paid in interest. Now, if you've seen my financial goals, whether it is the original goals that I set forth for myself or the revised goals that I set to get through the last 2 quarters of the year, which is quarter 3 and 4, I did say I want to reduce the amount of interest that I lost. I want to be less than the $14,000 that I lost in 2024. So, yes, this number is correct. What you're seeing here, I did lose $14,751.47 in interest in 2024, and I'm not doing that again. No, boy. No, no, no. We are not going there again this year. So far, for 2025, we've lost $5,136.03. It's still a lot. Yes, it is. But compared to 2024, you guys, 2024, we lost $7,964.52. So this time last year, I was just shy of $8,000 in interest. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous, you guys. So there is major progress that is being made in 2025 as compared to 2024. So even sometimes it does look to me that, we're not making as much progress. We're not going as fast as I hope we should. But when I compare it to where we were and compare it to what we've done in past months, this is amazing. Let's jump down and we're going to compare quarter one to quarter two. So in quarter one, we did increase the credit card debt by $74.53 from where we started out the year to where we ended the month of March. It was an increase, okay? But for quarter two, I did reduce my credit card debt by $1,420.10. So that's amazing. That is, I'm going to stop saying amazing, but it is, I'm very, very happy with this. The personal loans, however, I reduced it in quarter one by $3,303.30. And in the second quarter, we reduced it by a lesser amount, $3,198.71. It's not bad. It is less than quarter one, but it is not bad. All right. For the auto loan, $2,324.08. And in quarter two, we reduced it by $2,422.50. Now, I did do a little note on this cell here. And I wanted to say that I was doing this cat and mouse thing with the debts, trying to pay it a little bit early because they are all simple interest loans on an amortization schedule. But the cat and mouse thing wasn't working. And how I know it wasn't working, in quarter one, you guys, it was $2,300. But look at quarter two, $2,400. So that's just about $100. It's not even about, fully $100 that I was able to pay more. So if the cat and mouse was really, I guess the whole interest game I was playing, if it was working, then I would have more than just $100 decrease or increase in quarter two. I hope you're following. So I'm saying all that to say that the cat and mouse thing, it doesn't work. So what I'm doing right now is paying the debts when they're due, and I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to set them on auto payment, and when they get paid, they get paid. Because when I reduce the debt, the interest is going to be reduced. So I'm going to see the difference with quarter three when it comes down to the amount that is paid off with the auto loan. And I'm not really looking at the personal loan because I did change personal loans in quarter two, but the auto loan is the same. So that's not much of a difference. But anyway, 401k loan was reduced $850.93 in quarter one. Quarter two is $1,325.50. The student loan is the same amount because I have lost the same amount of interest. So I did mention to you guys, I don't know what was going on, but I was losing the same $4.04 interest since I've been paying on this loan. So we'll see if there's a difference in quarter three, and you guys will hear about it when I come back. Now, the total debt that was paid off in quarter one was $6,511.66. And quarter two, I paid off, you guys. I'm very proud of this one. $8,474.69. That's some progress right there. It is not perfection. We are still in debt, $86,000 worth of debt, but it is progress, you guys. And I'm very happy with what we're doing with the debts. I think that I do have a hold on it right now because I am not doing the whole credit card thing. I am not supplementing my income with the credit cards. I am still slightly on the credit card float, but I am able to pay off everything that was spent on a credit card. Before, the debts used to just increase, they would just go out of hand. But anyway, on the bottom of the spreadsheet here, I did come in before and show you guys compared to 2024. I think I did this at the end of 2024, and I talked about my journey from 2022 with how terrible I was with money. Now, I've grayed out 2022 and 2023 because those years are no longer important. It's in the past. It doesn't make sense to compare it anymore. So in 2024, we had at the end of 24, December 31st, the total debt amount was $101,375.36. That's where we were to start out 2025. And as I mentioned before, we're at $86,000 right now. So we've reduced the debts in 2025 so far for the first two quarters, $14,986.35. So this number that I have down here, the $24,517, this is the amount of debt that we reduced in 2024. Now, look at it. We are more than halfway. Even though we're at the halfway point for 2025 right now, I'm more than halfway the amount that we reduced the debt by compared to 2024. So that's amazing, you guys. We're just going to take our time. We're going to pay them down one step at a time. It is not a sprint, it is a marathon. I didn't get into this debt overnight, and it's not going to be paid off overnight. But one tip that I can give you guys is to track your debts. Track it, because I didn't know it was this bad until I actually started really tracking it. And it was in my face, and it was showing me that I'm losing all this money in interest. Yes, all this money. I buy things with the credit cards, and years later, I'm still paying for these things. I'm still paying the interest. So track your debts, you guys. If you don't get anything else from this video, track your debts and pay attention. Okay? So, all right, let me get off the soapbox. This is where we are. What I did mention to you guys as well is that I do want to jump over to the debt payoff planner. I want to see if my debt date or debt payoff date has changed and what's going on with that. So let's take a look. So over here at the debt payoff planner, it did update because the last time I was here to show you guys, we had 2 years and 6 months to be debt free. So now, because we are in the month of July, we have 2 years and 5 months to go, which is awesome. But one thing I do need to do is jump over into the track tab, and I need to just finish out the month of June because I didn't do anything for the last couple days. So here is saying the 401k loan. I did log the first payment that came in of the 408 and the $74.87 in interest. But now what I need to do is to go ahead and log the other payment that came in. I did notice it on the 29th of June. This was 408. Let's go ahead and update that. It says, are you sure? And I am sure. But I do also need to update the interest, which let's hop back over to the Google Sheet so I can get an idea of what that was. $148.32. All right, so let's go ahead and update this to $148.32. So it changes my new balance, which is what it is, $16,984. I'm going to save it. This is the last debt that I needed to update. I'm going to finalize. And as you could see, we are now showing the month of July. Okay. So my student loan is the first one that's due. It's set to be paid today, July 1st. And then we're just going to pay the debts as is. So Discover should be getting an extra payment to total $645, and that is what I did put in my monthly budget for July. If you didn't see that video, go ahead and take a look. It should be linked in the cards or the description. All right, so let's take a look at home, because I can see here the debt date didn't change. We still have 2 years and 5 months. What I was looking at was changing my strategy. And I think I will after I pay off Discover. So right now I do have custom 3 selected. What I'm going to go do is go to the debts, and I'm going to show you something that changes if I change the way that I want to pay off my debts. So when I did do the plan and show you the debt payoff plan, I did have a subscriber say, why not pay off the 401k loan first after I pay off Discover? Because that money is going to come back to me. It will boost my net worth, but it also will reduce the amount of money that is coming out of my paycheck. That means more money is going to come home to me in the amount of $408 per month. So I did go ahead and switch up my views. So custom 2, let's see what, no, not custom 2, custom 1. All right, so custom 1 shows me paying off my Discover loan first, or I keep saying loan, but it's my credit card. Then it goes into paying off my 401k loan, right? So if I jump over to the strategy, let's take a look. Let's jump over to the strategy and change the extra payment priority. Let's change it to custom 1 and do select and wait for it to update. It doesn't change the debt payoff date. It doesn't. But it would say that I would pay off my Discover card first, then my 401k loan, and then I would say next would be SoFi. We'll see. SoFi is a personal loan. It's the highest balance. It's also the highest monthly minimum payment. But this debt has an end date regardless. It is in 3 years. So would I want to do that? I'm not sure. I am also thinking, and this is just me brainstorming, you guys. I'm also thinking nothing will change until after I pay off Discover. But I also do a custom 2 view. And the custom 2 view have me paying off Discover. Then I'm going to go ahead and pay off these little ones. So my student loan can be paid off, my Apple Card can be paid off, and Mattress Firm can be paid off. And then I will go ahead and pay off the 401k loan next. So not only will this reduce the amount of debts that I have from 7 to 3, but it will also put some money back into my budget. So let's jump back to the strategy and let's choose custom 2 and see how that changes. So here, the first thing I notice is that my debt date changed from the 28th to now the 21st of December in 2027. So if I go to the plan, it puts me now on an 8-step plan. That's where it would put me on an 8-step plan. So what this is showing that in step 1, I'll be able to pay off my Discover card in January of 2026. So as you can see here, the last payment for my Discover card is going to be January 2026. So let's go ahead and jump over to step 2. After I pay off the Discover, here it is, January 12th of 2026. I hope you can see that. It says Discover will be paid off. Now, my student loan will get some extra money. If I go down to step 3, I'll be able to pay off my student loan in early March of 2026, you guys. And then you could see this drill down only has 1 month, because in step 4, I'll be able to pay off my Apple Card. Look at that. in April of 2026. So if I am going to be throwing that extra amount that I'm putting towards the Discover, including Discover's minimum payment, I can knock out four debts early in 2026 because Mattress Firm can be paid off in May of 2026. You guys, this is amazing because that will only leave me with three debts. That's going to be my SoFi loan, my 401k loan, and my Expedition, which is my auto loan. So I'm not sure how it's going to change in 2026 after I pay off Discover, but I have options and I will, come in periodically and take a look at it and then decide. But I won't make any decisions until Discover is paid off. So as of right now, you guys, we are down to 2 years and 5 months to my payoff, which is in December of 2027. And we're just chipping away at it. So one step at a time, 1 month at a time for me to be debt free. So stick with me, you guys. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, I would love for you to follow along with my journey. So this is the debt update for the end of Q2 2025. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Click the like button and subscribe button on your way out, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye now.